One of my subscribers has asked for me to make another video on punties and cold seals, giving a little more detail on how to do those, when you might want to, and what have you. A punty rod is nothing more than a handle. The rod in my left hand basically is a punty, and it has the piece that I'm going to work on attached to it. The punty can be attached to the piece as the starting piece like it is now, or it can be attached with a solid hot seal where the two pieces of glass are fused together, or it can be attached with a cold seal depending on what you're after. Now, times when you might want to use a hot seal when it's completely fused is when that rod is going to become something like a mounting post that you're going to mount to a piece of wood or something, or it might be an integral part of the piece, like the tail of an animal. When you're finished, you're going to burn it off into the tail. Well, you might want to do that just because the piece is going to be very heavy, and a temporary cold seal doesn't work very well on very heavy pieces, or if you're going to be putting a lot of stress on the piece while you're working with it, then a cold seal may not work so well for you. The last thing you want to happen is for your piece to fall off the handle while you're working on it. So if it's going to be heavy or you're going to be putting a lot of stress on it, maybe the cold seal is not what you want, and you prefer a hot seal. The hot seal is made just like any other part of the piece, in that you have to have both sides heated up to working temperature when you attach them, so it actually fuses together and the glass becomes one piece. Now, in this case, I want to change my holding rod. That train's going to drown out everything I'm saying. Okay, I'm going to change and punty up the inside of this little piece I'm making. And I really do need both pieces to be warm, but I want the working piece to be much cooler than the punty rod. So I'm going to keep it warm, and I'm going to heat the punty rod, the tip of it, up to orange hot. And then as it cools down, just as it's starting to change from red hot, I'm going to press it into the piece, rotate it to keep it centered, and let it harden. Okay, stiffen up. And that's the cold seal. Now I can come over to this side, switch it around, burn this off, shape it, whatever I want to do. In this case, I'm just going to burn it off, because I'm not really making anything of any value here anyway. And then to break the seal, when you're ready to disconnect it, you just tap on the punty rod. You don't tap on the piece, but you tap on a punty rod that sends a vibration up the rod to the cold seal and breaks it loose. Just like that. I'll show you this, you might be able to see that. And what you can't really see very well on the camera is that where the punty was attached inside there, it leaves a small, sharp piece of glass. And you need to come back and fire polish that down. Okay? And that's about it for cold seals. Now, I will tell you also, if you decide a piece like this that you want to use a hot seal, then go ahead and heat them both up to red hot. But then one of the little tricks that I do after I attach it, because I know I'm going to burn that off later, is I pull it down to a smaller diameter inside. Then I would be rotating this if I hadn't already cut off the end of it. But now inside there, if you can see, I've pulled the punty rod down, the diameter down up inside. So when I get around to wanting to cut that off in the flame, because I'm not going to be able to break it off by tapping it. That's a hot seal, one piece of glass deal. So when I get ready to remove that, I'm going to have to burn it off, and by reducing the diameter in there, I can burn that off a lot easier. Anyway, I hope that is giving you the information that you're looking for on the cold seals. If not, well, send me a message and I'll see if I can't come up with something more for you. Let me know specifically what you're looking at, but hopefully that'll help you out. Thanks for watching.